right to it, to the salmon counts. So the final numbers are in. So better get out the big soup can today for this one. Okay, kiddies, this whole region here, the biggest passage is the Columbia River. That's why I use it a mile and a half wide, 2 miles wide, 400 tributaries. They live here. There's the meltdowns. Coincidence doesn't cut it in science. Coincidence does not get it in science. What Kevin Blanch does is science. Let's get to the final numbers for this 2021 season. 10 years. We have 10 years of data now. It's not hypothesis Kevin Blanch anymore. Was he right or was he wrong? Kevin Blanch, March 2011, these are full-blown meltdowns. They're going to push into the Pacific Ocean. It's going to go in. It's going to be an energy unforeseen in the history of mankind. It's a hell of a way to boil an ocean. It's going to cause a heat bubble over the western United States. It's going to cause the starfish to collapse first. It's going to cause the steelhead salmon to start collapsing immediately because they go to sea 1 to 2 years. The Chinook salmon will start to collapse in 2016 because they go to sea for 5 years. It'll cause fires. It'll cause a heat dome. The Great Salt Lake will go dry. Let's see if Kevin Blanch was right on his hypothesis. How about all this field work? He walked and documented the dead tide pools, just wasting disease. Traveled all over the world. PhDs, you have to have the field work. It's going to give you leukemia. It's going to give you leukemia. Coming down the stretch to when I went to the bone marrow transplant at 11/11. Oh, you don't think that part of this equation? Oh, it matters. Open heart surgery. Whoa. Okay, let's get to the final numbers for the year. The Bonneville steelhead number. There it is. For the year, final number 70,201.16. Chinook salmon 487,000. Now remember, this is with no gill netting in front. The legal takeout is 50%. That's commercial fishermen. That's the natives, the indigenous tribes. That's recreational fishing. 50%. They no gill netting. Zero gill netting. Zero here. Zero here. Very, very little fishing. Okay, let's see how far we collapsed. Annual totals. Okay, let's see if Kevin Blanch was right. First you hypothesize the knowledge, then you do the field work. We're using the big one, and then we'll get to the greater catastrophe, which is the Willamette and the Rogue. I've got those numbers in the Fraser. I've got those numbers too for you. So, 2011. You can do this at home, kiddies, because we have the data now. Now remember, this is 2020, but we have the 2021 numbers. You just saw them. Do you have to repeat them? 70,000 on the steelhead. That's by number, not by weight. We know that by size, they're half. We know factually. So here we go. Let's go right to the steelhead. Whoa. The year before, sorry about that. We need that 2010 number, the year before data. My bad. Stay with me. We need that year before data. That's an important number. Sorry about that. Really important number. Don't be freaking getting this wrong. Sorry. Okay. We need that 2010 number, right? That's our basis to work off of. That's pre-Fukushima. Okay, steelhead, 416,000. Now, I verified this through ODFW that they took out 410,000 through gill netting, through the native gill netting, through the commercial gill netting, through the fishery in front of the dam. They gill net right there, and recreational. So the total number is 826,000. That's been verified, well documented. Okay, they start to collapse. 77,000. This year you just saw 70,000. That's with no gill netting. No gill netting. None. The next year 70. They didn't gill net here either. This is when they stopped the gill netting right here. So 826,000 to 70,000. Okay, there's your 10-year number. You write it down. Okay, let's get to the Chinook. 809,000, but these numbers are pretty irrelevant here until we get to here. There's your key number because they go to sea for 5 years. Now this is important. Chinook salmon go to sea on average for 5 years. For 5 years. Everybody's laughing at me, huh? So everybody, ODFW, everybody's grandstanding, doing videos, doing the live cam, celebrating record. These are record numbers. This hasn't been going on. That's a record number. Now I verified this through ODFW. That's 1.3 million. I verified it. The takeout, the commercial takeout, the recreational takeout, the native takeout in front of the dam with the gill netting and the fishery was nearly 1.4 million. So the number was 2.7 million. Okay? Boom! That's a major collapse. Now remember, ODFW, WFW, and NOAA had their data set here. Their models are very good, but they don't plug in Fukushima. I did. I set mine at 680,000. They set theirs at 2.3 million. Boom! Oh, Kevin got lucky. Next year I set mine at 480,000. They set theirs at 2.7 million. Boom! Once his luck, twice his skill. Boom! This year I set mine at 333,000. They set theirs at 2.7 million. Boom! They're starting to freak out. This is when they start coming out of denial. This is when they pulled the gill nets right here. They started late in the season to pull the gill nets, and they lowered their projections halfway through to 1.6 million. I had mine at 280,000, as you know, and then I had to start moving numbers because they made adjustments. Okay, let's go back. See, let's get that 2020 number in there. This is important to get it backed up. This is historical data. Kevin Blanch's work. I'm not mystified, I'm not baffled, I'm not puzzled, I'm not stumped, I'm not perplexed, I'm a real scientist that does the work. This is a historic PhD. That's what it is. It's the greatest PhD in human history. Okay, 2020 number, 535,000, but let's remember, that's with absolutely zero gill netting. That number can be cut in half. It's 280,000. 280,000, right on the number of Kevin Blanch's project. I mean, to the number. Now they have, you saw the number. Now, do we have to need to repeat it? You can remember that original number was 400. It's in 487,000. Now you can cut that in half. Now my number I set at 280,000 again this year. Then I doubled. I set my number at actually 510 because in a 508 they came out of denial and they set their number at 1.3 million. So we can do math. We've gone in 5 years from 2.7 million to 487,000. We can do math, right? Now remember, they live here. This is empirical data. We don't count dead tide pools. Well, Kevin Blanch does. I've documented low tide, the whole, well, in earnest when I got out of the bone marrow transplant from 2014 on, really big time. You know, tide pools collapse, the heat bubble over the ocean ice, which I hypothesize is going to cause a heat source, hell of a way to boil a planet. Was Kevin Blanch right? Every word I've said has been right. First, you hypothesize the knowledge. I did in detail. Then you do the field work. 10 years all over. I mean, incredible. The body of work that I have, me on Nobel Prize. Then you see if it shakes out. You defend your work. All great science and all great true knowledge always faces major resistance from the fake establishment. Kevin Semmelweis Blanch, Tesla on Balco, freaking Semmelweis on chemo, literally. So this is historic important footage. And so these numbers are, figures don't lie, liars figure. These are on the money. And the reason is they've improved this site so dramatically because I've held their feet to the fire. I've been all over them. So let's help you out for some graphing. You know, maybe you can see it a little more dramatic. Still head first immediately. That's important. There's the graph. Black number, the 10-year mean. And you know the 10-year mean is low because of the 10-year data. This is still head. You can see how dramatic it is. Okay. Now this is important because I just verified the number on the Deschutes. Just now with Tim Martin and crew, and I've got the data. It's a spreadsheet. It's cumbersome. I can put it up if you need it, but anyway, I'll tag it. 21 still hit for the year. That's in. It's verified. 21 in the Deschutes. Returning still have made it into the hatchery. 21. You heard me. What was it 10 years ago? 36,000. They have 21. Let's go to the Fraser. The Fraser here. What did they have 10 years ago? 38,000. What do they have? 19. You heard me right. 19. Whoa. How about the Jedediah Smith has no dams? Now I'm working on that guy. Won't talk to me anymore because I called him a Fukushima denier. But from what I understand, they have 28. They had 27,000 10 years ago. There's no dams. Stay with me. The Rogue, from what I understand, has around 38. 10 years ago, that 32,000. Some numbers say that 38,000. It's empirical. So you can plug in regression. Do you guys know how to do that? So what you do is you build a regressionary model. Now here's my tide pool work. It's right there on the front of my site. This is historic. There's a lot of fantastic videos in that. How many videos are in there? 219 videos of tide pools. You know, all the way up. There's a couple other ones like God, that's the best video in history, isn't it? They're pouring Fukushima, pouring plutonium to the Pacific Ocean, 4/3/2011. God, what a video! But that's in that playlist is great. Chris in DC supposedly has this one backed up onto a jump stick, and he says it's available now to people that want it. This is a PhD right here alone. This is before they started kettling me. This is the kind of viewership I used to get. 41,000. Let's go back here. It's a great video. Me and McCormick documented that tide pool in San Mateo every year. It's a fantastic video. These are historic low tides all over California. God, this is a great one. She wasn't in Fukushima denial. Peter was with me. That's a great video. She talked a lot about before and after. It's a really great video. You know, there's tons of them. All the way with my grandkids last year, and they were born the same month as Fukushima. Really fantastic work. I want to show you something in this site. It's before they started kettling me. That's a great, she's great. We love her. She gave me a really candid, beautiful interview about pre-Fukushima. She's been there for decades right there, Point Loma. Look at this video. That's a great tide pool video. This is before they started kettling me. 115,000 views. It's a great video, by the way. That's in San Mateo County. Historic tide pools. It's a great video. So they're there for you to look at. You know, you just go to my site. You can work through tags of videos. You don't have to watch, my socioeconomic videos, whatever. My art videos. I mean, there's plenty to pick from. Me at the USS Reagan, the Million Mass March, leading it. 17,000 views. I led it. I gave the inaugural speech. You can hear every interview I did with RT, with the all worldwide media, everybody. Fukushima, Fukushima, Fukushima. And you see I wear my mask on the back of my head because guess what? Anonymous ain't so anonymous. It's a great video. Nottaway shot that video. Nottaway himself shot that video. Thank you. I love him, man. That was uploaded at George Washington University in the law school. This video was uploaded at George Washington University. It's really a fantastic video. What a great group of them. Remember, what a fantastic group of people. So many of them are dead now. The little fox was our logo. Remember? Look at that cute little guy. How cute is that little thing? That morning there was a fox running around the memorial. I slept at the Masonic Temple, the big one. Yeah, these guys were great. Such a great crowd. What a great movement. Gave the speech. They didn't let us march right up to. We marched up to the Capitol, but we were there for the right reasons. And they had tanks, they had guns, they had 2 rows. There's plenty of video content to prove all this. So historic videos, they're there. Me marching with He's so fantastic. With Mothers of Peace to Diablo Canyon, our great protest we took on Fox News. Here's the first. This is the most historic video of them all. Look at the date. Oh, they're lying. What a video. But they're on the front of the site. I've built that site pretty nicely, I think, for you to access. You go to the playlists. There's a lot of really good playlists there. And, you know, my liked video, I don't even know how that got up there. But that's funny. All My Activism, that's a great set of videos. I mean, you don't have to watch the art videos in the improv. You know, how about my leukemia? Well documented. God, those are great videos. Me fighting for my life. You know, this is when I worked with Chernobyl, with, God, look at that. I was working with FemN at the time, and I'm the one that talked them into going into Chernobyl. That's my FemN tribute video. How about that? Then the trolls have me my central line. That's right there in Ogden. God, what a video, huh? Inside the Bone Marrow Transplant Center. Multiple videos. I mean, I really like the one where I got the view of the Salt Lake Temple. There it is right there. This is historic. I mean, I knew it when I shot it. I was dying then. I mean, everybody thought that's the temple. Out looking at Salt Lake Temple over my room. I was dying then. It's when everybody did. Remember when everybody did the prayer ceremony for me around the world? Gwen Holden Berry organized that. All over the world, they did prayer ceremony for me. Whoa, that was intense times. You know, so that's me fighting Blue Castle inside the Utah State Capitol. God, intense times. Well, I'm full of cancer. Got a lot of good work done inside the Capitol. A lot of good work. While I was sick, walked through Memory Grove. God, I used to do those great videos across from the Capitol when everything was leaked to me at San Onofre. God, I'd just come out of my bone marrow. I'd come out of the bone marrow transplant and make those videos. There's a central line hanging in me right here. You know, her and I fighting together for our lives. You know, there's a lot of videos like that. My favorite tree dies. This is when, God, came out of the bone marrow transplant and it was gone. This is when I dyed my hair blue. I tell everybody if it ever falls back, I'll dye my hair blue. That's when Nora died, who made Silkwood. She died of AML, the same thing I did. So I love those videos. I mean, they're all right there. You can go through these playlists. So, this is all my San Onofre works there. You know, I've tried to get as much as I can get for you to help you out. I followed all Google's rules, yet they violated me. It's heartbreaking, actually, what Google did to me because I followed their rules. God, how about this one now? The New York activism. Whoa, how about that freaking... This is inside San Onofre at the hearings. One of the multiple ones where I go crazy. Chip, who I became friends with, told me he says, I've been the PR guy for 40 years. He says, the greatest rant I ever heard. USS Reagan, when they're flying the flag upside down. Yeah, they're flying the California flag upside down. I'm at the hearing. How about when the cops arrested me when I was full of leukemia, moved me when I was due to speak? I mean, they're right there. This is these punks. You believe they did that to me while I'm sick? God, I love this one. Lori and I did all that great activism. That was on Sunday, and that's Pitchfork from around the corner. That's in Carlsbad. Me protesting at the desal plant. I mean, these are fantastic videos. They're all me and Lori hanging out Hillary's emails when I leaked them out. You know, on go take a shower, don't go outside, hung out to dry, Oceanside. God, we have a lot of those. I like this one. It's one of our best ones, her and I together. We did a lot of good work together. God, how good was that? Our Wheel of Misfortune. What a fantastic video. But they're there, you know, and Me protesting. San Francisco. Dog walkers. That's my paintings hanging right there. That'll never happen again. Because that'll never be the 5 years on the anniversary. It's what a video, huh? It's Sinonofre, so much work there. Such a great video. So the work's there. You know, I've tried to package it. So I used to do those pop-ups. Remember where I'd go like this? So good, so much information. That was using Google software. Followed their rules and everything, yet they defaced my work, which to me is criminal. I mean, they allowed it up. It's their software. I followed every rule they ever had. You know, so it's there. It's historic. You know, this YouTube site's historic. This work's historic. It's been amazing. It's been incredible. It's been heartbreaking. Made it live on set here at CNBC. Live on CNBC. Boy, did I time that perfect. That's in Times Square on the live set of CNBC when they went live, and I made CNBC twice live. Interrupted them. I have hundreds of them like that in New York. Boy, I did a lot of good work there. You know, so that's when I used to protest with the Tiananmen Square activists, and I would drink the beet juice like it was blood, and you know, protesting the usury, the slave-made complex on getting your goods. Now look what's happening. That's in Times Square. He's dead now. Dr. Wang died of leukemia in prison. This is with the original. They don't let anybody in there. They did me. Travel Fukushima, Japan. You were already there. We need some good work there. He's dead. Dr. Wang. He died of cancer in prison. You support this. I don't. You know, so I mean, there's just, you can just go to my front page, and you know, you can start working through them. There's lots of good playlists. Really good playlists. Diablo Canyon, anniversaries of the Fukushima events every year. That's my incredible interview, hour long on PBS with Jack Dresser. God, what a video. Boy, I was full of cancer sick then, wasn't I? Incredible. There's the speech in front of the White House. God, what a speech that is, huh? Oh my God. Not away shot that video, thank you. He's the man, right? What a video. Uploaded at George Washington University. How about this video? Talk about historic. That fence is all gone. That's the Enola Gay hangar. Doesn't even look like that. They tore the razor wire out. God, I'm lucky we got that. We're lucky we got that artwork up. You know, my skin's hanging there. Whole bunch of work at the Enola Gay hangar. Tons of it. I mean, so there's so much work there. You know, you can go through it. So I did my part, and I'll continue to do my part. I hypothesized the knowledge. I did 10 years of the field work. The conclusion. I was right every word I said. It's Fuktonium. So we can run regression models in our computers now, and the regression model will take the bias out. We have no bias. It'll just run regression on the Salmon counts. Because we don't count dead tadpoles, Kevin Blanch does. We don't count dead humans and bone marrow transplants. Kevin Blanch was almost one of them. Oh, I like this one. And so this is across from Diablo Canyon. So, but we count the salmon. When is that? March 12, 2015. Nancy Chamberlain and I. Mothers for Peace. Walk with the Monk. It was so spiritual. It's a great video. It's a Diablo Canyon. So I had that shirt on this morning. But it'll point to an outline, or it'll deviate from the mean. Just go. And so the computer will show you. You take all the bias out. You can run millions of regressions, whatever. It'll show you there was an outliner, that something happened. This all points to. It all points to something happened to the Pacific Ocean. Something happened dramatically and radically in 2011. So then we have to start. That's called an outliner in science. We're not mystified. We're not baffled. The well count. I mean, there's videos of me with dead whales. There's videos of me with dead sea lions. There's and that's only 1/10 of the work. Just remember, I was walking the coast. A lot of times I didn't even have a camera. It wasn't like it is these days, just upload on a cell phone. It's very different in those days. Very difficult. Outside of Starbucks, outside of a library. I remember being at Castroville at 4 o'clock in the morning. Cops are there. What are you doing right here? And I said, I'm standing next to the library trying to get some Wi-Fi uploaded these videos. Oh, God. Tons of that, working the coast, sleeping in a sleep bag, under overpasses, no food, no water. I mean, just walk, documenting. A lot of times I didn't have a camera, and so I saw a lot of stuff, but I have my mind and I have my memories, and I've tried to record them as much as I can, but then you can run the regression, and then we have to say, well, something radical, crazy, wasn't like this, something acutely radical, like my cancer happened in 2011, like, I had no symptoms. I had anything. It just boom. Same with the Pacific Ocean. Just bang. Did a meteor strike? Did all the ships at once let off so much toxic fuel like they are now? Something radically happened in 2011. I mean, just radically crazy. So far out of the mean. They were lying. Remember those first videos? Remember those first videos? They're lying. Do not believe what a video that is. I mean, I see everybody selling digital copyright for money. I mean, good Lord, there it is. I just went right by it. There it is. Let's get it here. God, what 2 typo videos. Up and down. All at historic low tides, by the way. What a video that is. Look at the date. Had 141,000 views when I went to bed that night. It took me freaking 6 hours to upload. I was having Wi-Fi problems with my little flip camera in those days. Oh my God, what a video. I have hundreds of them like that on location. So it's there. The work's there in front of God and everybody to see. Oh, how about me fighting New Skull inside the Capitol? That's when I caught them under the stairs. Why they're in session, which is against the law. I confronted them. That's the New Skull, Little Nuki. Me fighting them in the inception. Look at the date. 6 years later, everybody's finally waking up to what corruption that is. So I did the work. So much of the work is there. I mean, you go to my page and you can work through it. So it is what it is. I was hoping I was wrong. I almost died that night. I really came close. I almost got a waterbed. This is Iron, that's Carmel Cove. I slept there, and I walked up because I got wet, and I didn't even know. I didn't realize that Father Sierra was buried at the thing right there, at the mission in Carmel. And I walked up there, and I was about froze to death, and I slept inside there that night, and I just kept looking at the grave. I kept, yeah, that. Whoa, what a video that is! What a time. I walked the whole coast of California. Walked it, the coast. Yeah, I mean, well, we'll come help you. So I think I like these California ready-mades. God, what a video that is. I love that video. It's one of my best ever. One of my, those rants that I used to get after it. Oh, my God. But they're right there, and I think I got them pretty well right. I mean, there's more work to be done. And a lot of people backed up and created things. There's Laguna, right now, beach. Shaw's Cove did so much work there. How about this one? Now, this is a video. We getting up there? Yeah. Whoa, that's Allison McFarlane herself. That's all the main players. The only time to ever confront him, that's when Daryl Isis hid from me. That's Allison herself. I'll take her right now over these last 200-seat chairs. The only time they were confronted. God, what a freaking rant I went on that day. That's a freaking classic. That's what Chip says. He says, "Oh my God, that's the greatest." Kurt videoed that for me with my historic iPad. So good. So much work. So hardcore. And there's a good 30-minute video for you. Oh, that's when I walked through the Skid Row because they'd killed the young woman and asked me if I'd do it. I said, yeah, I'll do it. Whoa, that's when I found the swimming pool in Skid Row. The kiddie pool. I mean, there's so much of it. You can work through it. So, that's the day they announced they were